It's time to awaken your inner goddess and co-create magic with the universe. Hello everyone, Kara Melendi here from spiritualgoddesses.com, talking to you about the realm of infinite possibilities and also giving a cosmic update on how the current astrology in present time is helping you really open up to receiving the abundance that surrounds you and reminding you that you are abundance at your core. We are all connected. You are part of this stream of abundance and you can choose this at any time. So as you jump on and join me, say hi below, share this out. Hi Cindy, hi Melissa. How are you goddesses doing? Great to have you here. So we're gonna take a little bit of a look at the eclipse energies because we're still in the midst of eclipse season. We have the total lunar eclipse, we have a solar eclipse, and we still have a solar eclipse coming up in August as well, which is also part of the energy right now that fits into this topic today on infinite possibilities in any moment, and you can choose to tap into whatever energy you desire. Hi Rita and Kara and Beth, welcome beautiful goddesses. So if you are joining today, you're new to my work, my name is Kara Melendi, an astrologer, a goddess mentor, and passionate about helping you co-create magic with the universe. And this is a topic that I'm really passionate about, this idea that in any moment there are infinite possibilities that you can choose to tap into. And I feel like on one level, we all know this and we get this on a really deep level. And I know that was the case for me as well. Like in some way, I always felt that. Like I can manifest the future I desire, I can create changes in my life, but what really solidified this idea for me was in my studies of the Akashic Records. And the Akashic Records are basically this space that consists of collective knowledge and where you can really connect with your angels, your guides, cosmic energy. It's often thought to be in the space of the seventh dimension, but I honestly think it's a space that we can all choose to tap into, we can choose to access, and in that space there's so much knowledge and love and wisdom and support that is available to us. So while I was studying the Akashic Records, this idea of there being infinite possibilities in any moment really came to me in such a strong way. And it's like, you know, when we can understand something intellectually, but then to really get something to like the core of our being or really like get something on a heart level is a whole different thing, right? Like we can understand intellectually, but then to actually embody and get that is a whole different thing. So it was in the study of the records that I really truly gained an appreciation for this idea of infinite possibilities. We choose the energy we are accessing. Now, it's also true that we can practice certain patterns, right? We practice certain patterns of thought, we practice certain energies. So whether we practice feeling more depressed or more anxious, or we practice being in the energy of abundance, we practice being in the energy of joy or creativity. These are all energies we can choose and we can practice, and based on what you've practiced in your life, those things can come easier to you. It's the same with our thought process. If we practice certain thoughts or certain ways of thinking, that pattern will become more natural to us because it's just what we've ingrained, right? It's what's ingrained in us, what we know. But it is also possible to change that. So I'm going to dive in and look at that. Just want to take a look and see who's joining here. Hi Tara, how are you? And Rita, welcome goddess. Anne-Marie, Amanda, Kat. So definitely say hi if you're jumping in now. Share this out if you're feeling called to do so. And thank you for being here and hanging out. So I'm back to this idea that what we practice can come more natural to us, but we can change that at any given moment. And, you know, often I'll have clients that I'm working with or people that I'm talking to ask about, like, do you think it's possible for me to have a thriving coaching practice or attract my soulmate clients to make the amount of money that I desire? And yes, it is. Like I can absolutely say, yes, that is possible for you. The main thing that we need to do is get really clear in our mind about what it is that we want to attract, what it is that we want to experience. That clarity is key. And then believe it. We need to believe that it is possible, that it can come to us. And we can absolutely tap into that energy of whatever it is that we are wanting to manifest, with that belief that it is possible, that knowing that it is possible, because often we'll second guess it, right? We're not sure. We look at our current experience and we're not yet experiencing what we desire. So it causes some anxiety, it causes some doubt. So the work is really getting clear on what you want, releasing those doubts and fears, so you can know that you can show up and be a vibrational match to the experiences that you want to call in. It's knowing that it's possible for you. Now, where this gets really interesting as well is, and let me know if anybody here has had psychic readings, or maybe some people here practice that and they do readings, right? Or they act as a psychic doing readings. The work that I do, I don't classify it as that. When I do astrology reading or Akashic records, I don't see it as predicting the future. I see it as really looking at your soul blueprint and helping you explore the beautiful possibilities that are available to you and helping you lock in and manifest what it is you desire. But I don't think that our future is like written in stone. So when it comes to doing psychic work, I think what's happening is people are able to tap into the energy of what is possible for you if you continue being in the vibration that you are today, right? Because our energy determines the actions that we take, which determines the results that we get. Our energy also determines what we notice and what we're drawn to, what is drawn to us. So we can predict, right, that if we stay in the same energetic vibrational path that we are today, what is likely to happen and what is likely to unfold for us. But what is also possible is that we choose a new energy, that you decide in this moment that you're not going to practice the same thoughts anymore, that you're not going to show up in the same way, that you want to create a change in your life, whether this is in the money that you want to attract, whether it's in your business, whether it's in romance and relationships or friendships. It's making that decision that I can choose something new, and that can create a new future for you. So let me know if you have questions around this or if it's resonating with you. I'd love to hear everybody's perspective on this as well. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing? And Chris, welcome. Melissa does readings. I love that. So I would love to hear your take on this, Melissa. That's really cool. And Stephanie joined. Ashley, you cannot tell the future. There's a continuous change. Yeah. And Melissa, I think so too, right? Like that's what I feel. We're always changing. We're always expanding and we're always growing. So we can predict that if we stay on this path today, what is likely to happen to us, right? Or what is likely to unfold. Like if we're very much in a scarcity mindset, it's unlikely that we're going to be a match to the money we desire or the partner that we desire. But if we switch into an abundant mindset and realize we are abundant, then suddenly we're magnetic to a whole new set of experiences. So it's always changing, and we have a lot of power around that, even when it comes to looking at like the astrology of things, right? When I look at people's charts or we look at the current energy, there's always a choice in how we choose to work with that. So with the eclipse energies, are we choosing to tap into this beautiful divine feminine and goddess energy that is emerging? Are we choosing to release the old patterns? How are we choosing to work with the energies? That's always in our control. And that's where the power is. Stephanie's ready to create massive change. Absolutely. Well, I love following all your success, Stephanie. You're doing incredible work. Incredible work, empowering girls. I like support you all the way. Abundance is all around us. It's so true. And that comes to the astrology aspect that I really want to talk about today as well. So we've had this beautiful aspect happening on and off between Neptune and Jupiter, and it's meeting again today in this beautiful trine. And Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, and it has been retrograding in Scorpio, and that's where we've been doing our shadow work, where we're really looking at some of like the memories and things from the past that we've repressed. But now that Jupiter is direct, it's really like we're feeling this energy of momentum that it's time to create the changes in our lives. And we've done the work, we've done the healing, now we're ready to move forward. So that's the energy that we're working with Jupiter. And when it's forming a trine to Neptune in Pisces, this is a very intuitive and creative energy. Neptune in Pisces is all about transcending the illusion, transcending the stories we tell ourselves that keep us stuck, and tapping into the spiritual realm, the realm of possibility, which is what this topic and discussion today is all about, right? It's that realm of possibility. So this beautiful trine between Neptune and Jupiter is helping you recognize that you are abundant at your core. And when you truly get that, like imagine if that's a story you told yourself, that you are abundant, that you're going to be a match to experiences that are in alignment with that. So the current astrology is really helping you open yourself up to that knowingness, to that realization that at your core you are abundant. So how powerful is that? Like, I love this aspect that has been happening on and off, and it's going to happen again in August as well. And then Jupiter will be on its way home to Sagittarius, so that trine will end. But it's been a really beautiful, abundant energy that's been in effect despite all the changes that we've been going through with the eclipses and like all the releasing that people are doing. Like amongst that, there is this beautiful energy of abundance and prosperity that we can choose to connect with within ourselves and then magnetize that to our experience. All right, Kelly is trying to change my abundant energy by working with Lakshmi. Oh, I love Goddess Lakshmi. Yes, the goddess of love and abundance. She's one of my favorites, Kelly. So since last week, beautiful. May you have abundance on both the physical and spiritual realm. Oh, I love that chant. So powerful. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't know that I would be saying it correctly. But thank you for sharing. That is so very lovely. Hi, Lori. How are you? Kat's done huge amounts of healing and clearing. So excited to see the result for sure, for sure. And it really is the time to like connect to, okay, I'm ready to see the results in all this. And another like cosmic shift that's happening right now, like today, maybe not at the exact moment of this video, but today Mars is closer to the Earth than it's been in a really long time. And Mars is this energy of our inner warrior. It's this energy that we have within us to create change in our life. It reminds us of the power that we hold. Now, Mars in the shadow side can be aggression, it can be anger, it can be a lot of emotions coming to the surface. So where Mars is closer to Earth, like it's really close to Earth right now, it's also retrograding, which brings, usually when planets are retrograding, right, they are closer to the Earth. They appear to be moving backwards. They're not actually moving backwards, but it appears, right, from Earth. That's what it appears to be. So with this energy of Mars, it really can give you the fuel to move forward and create these changes in your life. Because it's so important we do this inner work, right? This inner mindset work, the energy work of recognizing that I'm a powerful creator. If I decide I want to manifest something in the spiritual realm, it's done. So my job is to trust and to stay aligned with what I desire. Now, as part of that, we're inspired to take action. And this is where Mars comes in, because Mars is very like an action-oriented energy. It is about taking steps to get things done. And that's really big in the manifesting process too, that and sometimes we miss it if we're just working on the energetic level, but there is a point where we have to take action to make things happen. And I'd love to hear how people are like feeling and experiencing this energy, because I've noticed a mix. I've noticed some people are really feeling like they're not sleeping as much. They're having the energy to really just like move toward their goals. They're wanting to take action. And then other people are just feeling very like overwhelmed by this energy of Mars and feeling like a lot of frustration and stuff coming up as well. And you really can choose like how you're going to tap in and use this energy. And because it is retrograding, you can also use this as a way to go within and really like say, okay, I'm going to let go of this way of thinking, this habit that I know is just an old program, an old pattern, and it's not in alignment with where I'm going. The energy can really be used toward that as well. So it's super powerful. Hi Liz, how are you? So I'm in the process of releasing and purging old scarcity thinking for myself and the family. The eclipse is showing me just how much I have left to heal. Well, yeah, well, and thank you for sharing that, Liz. And it's true for us all that this journey of healing, there's always layers to it. And I think that's so important to remember, because when we are in the midst of eclipse season, we can feel like there's so much coming to the surface that we felt we've already addressed, that we've already looked at in our life. And it can be this feeling of, why is it coming up again? Haven't I already healed this relationship? Haven't I already healed this scarcity mindset? But it's a deeper level of healing. And things come up to be healed. So remember that, because there's a time where we may repress certain emotions because we're not ready to really look at it and heal it. So it's ongoing for us all, but not from a place where we're broken or we have to wait to do all this healing work before we can be happy. It's not about that. We can choose joy, we can choose happiness now, but it's more about this process of expanding and growing. That is just part of our human experience, where we're here to grow, we're here to expand. And when we keep up with that, we feel at our best. All right, let me scroll down here. Hi, Laura, welcome. And Catherine and Tamara, hello, goddesses. Stephanie is saying this is so interesting about Mars, isn't it? Yeah, it's like our inner warrior. I love the energy of Mars, but it's also the ruler of my chart. So I love following the Mars cycles, and it is really interesting that we can tap into that now and say, okay, I'm going to use this as fuel to really move forward in my life. And also there are, like, we are in retrograde season 2. There are a lot of planets retrograding, so it's not like everything has to be done today. But if you're feeling that momentum building and you're ready to move forward and take action, this Mars energy really is good for that, and like taking the steps toward your goals. Tara saying, I'm trying to stay grounded, but I've been purging a lot. Yeah, decluttering is like a really good time to declutter. And I talked about this in the last video I did, that like all the items we have, whether it's our clothing, whether it's emails, like everything we have around us contains its own energy. Or in terms of the Akashic records, everything has its own record. So what we have in our space is determining our energy as well, right? And what we're tapping into. So when we declutter the old, it really does bring this feeling of peace, and it creates room for the new to come in and just for more energy to flow. Like if we're surrounded by clutter, it clutters our mind too. I've been doing so much decluttering, and sometimes it can feel like it's unending, right? Like there's always more to declutter and release. Let me just scroll down here. Tamara, I'm marinating and flowing with the waves of old things that come up, and then shifting into a more aligned and soul presence to manifest from. Beautiful. Yes. And even as you say that, Tamara, what it reminds me of as well is like the importance of really being present in the moment as well. This is an ongoing thing. I know for me, it's not always something that comes easy, because my mind's always thinking like, what's next? What's the next thing I'm going to be doing? And I think a lot of us are like that. But it's in that present moment that we have the power to choose a new pattern. So when we talk about this idea of infinite possibilities, we get stuck in the old programs when we're in a default mode. So when we're not actually aware of the subconscious programming that we have going on, or we're not aware of like the old energy that we're carrying around, that's when we repeat the pattern, and that's when we can feel like we're stuck in this cycle. So if you're really present in the moment, that's where you have the power to make a new choice, and can choose whether you want to get caught up in that old belief system again about there not being enough, about scarcity or not being worthy, all those like lies that we tell ourselves. So in the moment, you can choose to let that go and choose again the truth of who you are, right? A powerful goddess, a powerful creator. You are abundant. Choose that again and again, and it is like a moment-to-moment choice. But the more we practice that mindset, the more it's easier to embody that, and the more that becomes the default, right? That new belief system. Melissa saying change is necessary. Yeah, and eclipses sure do bring change, right? Like they do, and change is necessary. And you know, that's something like we're working with astrologically now as well, with Uranus moving into Taurus. I mean, Uranus is that planet of change and transition, and reminding us that change can be difficult, but if we're stuck, it's the same idea, right? If we're stuck in the same way of doing things, then we're never going to grow, we're never going to expand. So we have to embrace change. And I think the reason change can be a little bit scary too is it shakes up our sense of security, because suddenly we don't know what to expect. So this is where we really learn to have faith in ourselves, and we learn to trust ourselves. And Uranus and Taurus is that lesson, and we're finding a new sense of security. We're finding a new sense of like what we value in the world and how we see ourselves in the world. So yes, change is all part of it. All right, so let me know if you have any questions around this. I'll be happy to answer them for you. But yeah, we got some really cool astrological energies happening. I'm going to be doing another video in August on the eclipse energy. Again, it's also the Lionsgate opening. We are in Leo season now, officially in Leo season. So this is also a time to really look at like your personal power as well, and looking at creativity in your inner child, like having fun with all this too. So if you would like me to do a private reading, you can send me a message here on Facebook, and I would be happy to take a look at either your Akashic records or astrology. Sometimes I'll combine them both and see how these energies may be affecting you in your life and how you can really work with them in their highest form of expression. That is always my goal, tapping into this in its highest form of expression and really working with it. So remember this beautiful trine we have with Neptune and Jupiter, and choose to be connected to that abundance. And for it to remind you of the abundance that exists within you, this Mars energy, use that as fuel to take inspired action and move forward. And if you're unclear about that path, because I know that's a lot of messages I've been receiving as well in the work I'm doing with my clients, I know there's this energy as well of wanting to move forward, but still being a little bit unclear about what the path is. Like, you know, you feel called to step up and make a change, but you're not really sure what it's going to look like or what it's all about. So just remember that taking daily action will bring clarity. Like, often clarity comes when we take those first steps and we start taking action. Then the fog lifts and we begin to see the bigger picture. Now, another aspect of this can be taking time each day to connect with yourself, to do some kind of inward practice where you can connect with your soul purpose, your soul desires, whether that's journaling or meditation, and take a look at what really matters to you and what you're being called to create in your life at this time, and then take action from that place. But if you're like, hi Krista, how are you? And Tabitha and Kira. But if you are feeling in that energy, like you're ready to take action, but you're not quite sure how it's going to unfold, remember that just taking daily steps, right? One step at a time will actually bring the clarity. And sometimes it is just blocking out the noise, right? Just like stepping back a little bit so you can hear what your soul is saying to you, what your intuition, your inner guidance system is saying to you, and where you're being led. So that can be crucial in this process as well. So thank you everyone for hanging out today. It's so cool to spend this time with you. I'll be on again soon doing a video about the eclipse that's coming up in August. One more eclipse to wrap up eclipse season. So make sure you're caring for yourself during this time. And once again, if you'd like to book an astrological or Akashic Records reading, you can reach me right here on Facebook or visit spiritualgoddesses.com. And I also have a free gift there as well on Manifesting with the Cosmos. So you can grab that as well. And otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap up for today. But thank you for hanging out, sending so much love and light to you all. And I will see you soon. Bye.